Gold has been trusted for thousands of years. Bitcoin, just over a decade. Yet here we are in 2025, asking a very serious question. Which one will store value better by 2030? Before we dive in, a quick disclaimer: this video is not financial advice. I'm just sharing my personal thoughts based on what I've researched and how I feel the world. So always do your own research and talk to a qualified investor before making any financial decisions. Now, back to it. It's not as simple as old versus new. Both gold and Bitcoin are considered by many to be hard money. They are scarce, resistant to inflation, and outside of the control of governments. But they are not the same. And where they go over the next 5 years might be extremely different. So let's start with gold. It's got history on its side. Thousands of years of being used as money, wealth preservation, and a hedge against inflation. Central banks hold it. Nations fight wars over it, and in a world of uncertainty, gold is trusted, especially by the traditional financial system. It's relatively stable, it doesn't depend on internet infrastructure, and it has physical weight. In times of geopolitical risk or currency collapse, gold still has a role. But here's the downside. Gold isn't easy to move, divide, or use in a digital age. Try sending over $10,000 worth of gold overseas. Good luck. Not exactly fast or simple. On the other hand, try store $1 million in physical gold and protecting it. It works well for passive wealth preservation, but it's not built for a modern connected world. On the other hand, looking at Bitcoin fixes a lot of that. It's borderless, it's permissionless, decentralized, and mathematically scarce. Capped at 21 million coins, you can store it on a USB stick or memorize a 12-word phrase. You can send millions globally in minutes. No bank, no vault, no government required to prove your own. But it's also volatile. Bitcoin can drop 30% in 1 week. Gold almost never does that. Some people see that volatility as a risk and others see it as growing pains. Bitcoin is still early. It's still being adopted, and that kind of price discovery always brings swings. So what does it look like in 2030? If trends continue, central banks may keep printing money, inflation may remain sticky, and trust in fiat could keep fading. In that world, both gold and Bitcoin will have a role to play, but likely for different audiences. Gold will probably stay dominant amongst conservative investors and traditional institutions. Bitcoin will keep gaining traction among younger investors, tech-forward businesses, and anyone looking for a self-sovereign digital wealth storage. And if Bitcoin adoption keeps growing, its volatility will likely decrease. Not disappear, but calm down. At that point, Bitcoin could start acting more like digital gold, but with a limited supply and far more utility. So, the million-dollar question: which store of value is better by 2030? Who knows? Gold may still be safer, more stable play, but Bitcoin has more upside and more risks. It comes down to your goals, your timeline, and your conviction. For me, I think both of them will have a place, but Bitcoin feels like the asset that's built for the future, not because it replaces gold, but because it solves a different problem in the digital world. Again, this isn't advice, just how I see things right now. I could be wrong. Time will tell. If this helped you think more clearly, hit subscribe. I post daily content on Bitcoin, money, and how to think long term in a fast changing financial system. And drop a comment. If you had to hold just one until 2030, gold or Bitcoin, which one would you choose?